Welcome back to the Cloth and Paper channel. This is a little bit of a different unboxing experience than what we've done in the past, and I'm kind of loving just shaking things up a bit. So as you may or may not be aware, May we typically celebrate our May intention box as my birthday box. It's kind of always been that, but I kind of wanted to kind of use this month to not celebrate my birthday, but kind of like recenter. So we're doing something really different than what we've done in the past, as far as showing you kind of the underworkings, kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit on the development of our May intention box. In the past, we've always branded the May intention box as kind of my birthday box, and it's become this really celebratory thing thanks to our community. However, I'm kind of doing things a little bit differently for this month of May. It's still a banger of a box, don't get that confused, but I'm kind of using this month to recenter and kind of refocus on our core, and that is the really tactile approach to products that we take. I kind of want to take you a little bit along the journey of how we got here to the May intention box, work you through some of our thought process. I'll bring Nate and Taylor in as we'll discuss some of our thought process behind some of the products, kind of take you through some of the ups and downs, what worked, what didn't work, and all of the things in between. So I think it's going to be very exciting, a very raw look into what it takes to really design these boxes for you each and every month, and kind of what we have to go through to make sure that we're delivering a product that is both high quality but is functional for you as well. So I want to start the unboxing here, and this is going to be a 3-part series of talking through the design and visual direction for this box, and then we'll move into kind of some of the products unboxing, and then Nate will do a deep dive into one of the products that we're super thrilled to share with you and deliver to you in the month of May. But let's get into the mood board, the design, and the overall approach for this box. So this box was mostly a curated pause. This is taking it back to our core, back to that tactile feel and approach to product and design that you guys love us for and that we are in love with. And so this box is all about bringing us back to the look and feel and touch of things, and that is what this whole entire mood board that I put together for the month of May, that's where the thoughts derived from, and I kind of want to take you on that journey. So it all started a long time ago. I'll pull up my phone here and I'll show you kind of the starting point. So I took a screenshot of this moment in time where I felt very much so like re-inspired by art and by design and the things around me, and just appreciating that there are still artists out there that take their time to create things that we can feel not only emotionally but also in a tactile way. And I went to this exhibit, as you can see here. I'm gonna show a little screenshot. This was back in September of 2024. I went to New York for the US Open, and one of the days we kind of just did an explore the city day, and we stumbled upon this random, because we had no idea, we just were walking in the neighborhood and we saw a really cool museum and exhibit, and we decided to take a little tour of this experience. And immediately when you walked in, you just got hit with like these beautiful art installations that just in Richmond, we don't get a ton of that. We get some installations through the local museum here, but we don't get a ton of like kind of art installations like this. So I was very excited, taking tons of pictures inspired by the shapes and designs that you can see here. I was like, even like the signage on the exit doors, there were the directional signs curating the direction of the museum, and the type choices for the signage, and then just the color choice. There's a lot of red. That was all the inspiration that I took away from the exhibit. Very inspiring, very grounding moment. And I took to took to the computer soon after and came up with this mood board for our May 2025 intention box. So it's all about going back to, again, recentering, and for us, fully embracing analog and everything that it means to be connected through our hands and through the tools that we use, rather than social media or this digital world that is constantly smothering us and our creativity and our ideas. And so this is really a recentering of getting back to analog, to this tactile feel through everything that we love here, paper. So you'll see here, it's all, we want to really focus on like the nostalgia of paper and notebooks and that experience. But while we're kind of using this visual theme of this exploratory experience of museums and what that offers of like a rediscovery, a recentering, a regrounding, a moment to think outside of who we currently are in that moment and dive into a world that is possibly unknown or maybe familiar, but always bringing us back. So that is a lot of where the mood board direction was. These are some of the images that I took at the art exhibit that I plugged in there. I was really inspired by, again, the directional signage in the museum. I love the graphics and some of the imagery. I love the image of the arrows, and so we definitely needed to do that. I specifically circled like we have to do arrows, something with that. And you guys haven't seen before, I've done different plan with me's where I show that a lot of times when I'm migrating a task, I use an arrow sign, and that's very similar to how museums use directional arrows too, to kind of like migrate you through the experience. So I love that. I have the color palette here. Really wanted to hone in on that exit sign. I didn't want to do neon, but we did a very vibrant orange red. That's also the same color that I typically am wearing on my nails when I am wearing a red color. It is that orange red color, so we're bringing that color into the box. Also a lot of the shape and kind of like visuals that you experience in a museum, I wanted to incorporate a lot of the black and white. So that, again, that's kind of going back to our foundational core, is incorporating some black and white, some very monochrome, and then giving you these subtle pops of color where you can integrate however inspiration strikes you. So I really want you to take all of the cues that I kind of laid out here on the mood board here for the month of May, and you can see the focus on the shapes, arrows, and through kind of like these more angular shapes, this pop of orange red, the really making you want to like rediscover something, and you'll see that through the product, and you'll see that through a lot of the material selection as well. Recenter through things that we can touch and feel outside of the social world that is around us, and kind of going really back to basics through paper. So that is the journey that we hope to take you on the month of May, and I'm excited for you to see part 2 as our product team talks a little bit through the ups and the downs and where we ended up with our May box. So if you want to see more of this May unboxing experience, tune in to part 2 as you too. And also comment below if you like kind of like this, more of this deeper dive and seeing a little bit more into the narrative of the boxes as part of the unboxing each month. We would love to share that with you. So leave that information below, leave that comment below, and also leave a black heart in the comments if you made it this far. But we'll see you in part 2. Thanks for watching.